Antoine Pin, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. So congratulations on what I consider to be a staggering achievement. I think I wrote in my story, which I wrote this morning actually, was like the mic drop. Heard from the achievement of the Octo Finissimo Ultra will be heard in every single watchmaking region in Switzerland. Such is the magnitude of this achievement, so bravo.
Thank you very much. It means a lot to us. It was not easy.
But okay, this is one thing that, because we just had lunch together, so guys, we just had lunch. And one of the things I admire about Bulgari is that even though it is, in terms of revenue and in terms of profit, it's a large brand, right? But there is like a spirit that you guys have that's almost like an independent watch brand.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that.
Yeah. No, I think when I think about this question, because it's something that really is true. I mean, it's quite marking. We connect very well with those new exciting watchmakers who've built up their companies and are doing so well, and we do have a real bonding with them. And when you think about it, we now have more than 100 years of history in terms of making jewelry watches. Mm-hmm. But as a manufacturer, as an in-house manufacturer, we are 20 years old.
Right.
We are like them. And I think we managed to bear, hopefully, to make the most of both worlds, of those big institutional brands with a long history and heritage, but the dynamism, the creativity, and the entrepreneurship of those young watchmakers.
Yes.
Who are so amazing in their creativity, who are not scared of finding their own print and their own signature in the industry, who are ready to really think out of the box.
But yes, that's it.
And hopefully we manage to keep this.
Absolutely. I mean, I can actually use two examples. One in 2014 with the creation of the Octo Finissimo to begin with, which, I have to say, I remember when I went to the fair and saw it for the first time, not only did I think it was just extraordinary in terms of just how cool that watch was from a dynamic proportion sense of the incredible thinness based on the muscularity of the watch when you look at it from the front, but also I understood the amount of risk that you guys took to make that watch as well, because you have to develop an all-new way of case making, dial making, eventually even bracelet making, and the investment was enormous, right? And that's what I mean about this kind of spirit of like independence as well. Then, in 2022, when we came here to see the Ultra, it's the same thing, right? Like, it's like, I understand like the immense risk and immense sort of a profound sort of risk that you guys take to invest so much to achieve something that has never been done before. Yeah. And so tell me how, you as a brand welcome that, and feel it's important to who you are.
I think it starts with, it's really starting with the question, which is, what do we stand for? Right. Who we are? And at the end of the day, just aiming at the definition of who we are, and then the moment you know what you're standing for, and basically what is your, let's say, the vision, the direction you're aiming for, right, you just go for it. You don't, when we a few months ago, we introduced Piccolissimo and the Serpenti Misteriosi, which is this very, very, very small mechanical caliber for our jewelry watches. And I got several times the questions, but did you make a market survey? And the answer is no. We are lucky enough that we are in a world where we create the market, we build the trend, right, and as long as we are true to ourselves and we know where we want to go and what we are here for, what is our objective and mission, we're not asking ourselves if there's a market. There is a logic, there is a consistency in the way we're developing things, and we meet the people who are understanding this, and therefore the market comes with it. So I think the point is today, what we want to do as Bulgari, as an Italian brand, as a designer, there is this vision that design is driving our creation, but design with a very, very strong connection to engineering. Right. And that's what we managed to do. And today, we meet the people who understand what we do and who support us. So probably we're still taking risks because we go and we go and we open new territories, as you said. But we have the feeling that there are people behind us and people who are ready to follow us. Right. And that's why we're not feeling too scared. Yeah. So there's confidence. We're not driven by fear, that's for sure.
Absolutely. No, but I think that's what's so cool about it. So let's talk about this achievement, which, you know, it's one thing to say, okay, it's a world's thinnest mechanical watch. It's another thing to say it's 1.8 mm in terms of thickness. But I love two things about it. First, it doesn't matter what its sort of like intellectual properties are. If I didn't look at it and fall in love with it, when I look at it, there's so much visual richness and so much originality. You know, starting with this massive barrel and ratchet wheel with 50 hours of power reserve, so no compromise in terms of wearability. 4 hertz balance, which has got this incredible escapement bridge, which is like this, you know, 3-arm skeletonized platform that has like a shock absorption system built into it, for both the balance and the escape. Then to see the hour-minute display on the side, like a regulator, and then you actually have this actual seconds wheel is giving you the seconds. It's so cool. I mean, when I look at it, that's it. It's like, it's so cool. Right?
Thank you.
And then the second thing is when I put it on my wrist, it's so wearable. Like it doesn't feel like a concept watch. Or there's no like kind of bizarre crown that you need some sort of device, which I will lose anyway because I'm super forgetful. Right? You know what I mean? Like you put it on and you're ready to go. And part of it's also the beauty of this integrated bracelet. You know?
The moment we decided to go for this concept, for this idea, the very, very first statement and objective was you have to be able to wear it like any other watch. If you start working around a concept that is unwearable or that requires so much attention or care, then you lose the essence of it. And the same with the performance. It has to deliver proper chronometry, it has to deliver power reserve. Otherwise, there's no achievement. I mean, you're so much compromising on all the parameters that you're not really stretching yourself. You're just changing the parameters, but you're not really trying to improve in a way. And so from the very first day, this was the idea, making sure the ergonomy is amazing and making sure that we respect the standards of chronometry.
You know, let's talk about ergonomy because that's a subject matter we like discussing and we were discussing at lunch. And you know, Laurent Picciotto, at one of your retailer in Paris, puts it very nicely when he says that he puts his Octo Finissimo on. He puts his Octo Finissimo on and he forgets that he has it, right?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that like one of the great things about an Octo Finissimo is that it's so incredibly comfortable.
Yes.
Right. And I have to say that part of that's the thinness, and part of it is this beautiful bracelet that you guys make as well. And this probably has to be the ultimate in terms of that. Tell me why that's so important for the modern client, first of all, and then give me the analogy that you were using related to different styles of tailoring.
Well, first. I think, I mean, if you just to give you an example of how far we've gone, I mean, we knew that if we were trying to make this watch so thin, one of the problems would be the buckle, because a deployment buckle would actually take a lot of space and thickness. So here we've put it one step further. It's already integrated in the regular Finissimo. This time it's totally integrated and it's really even emptied in order to allow for the buckle to get totally inside the bracelet, so that actually when you're fixing it, it's totally vanishing. And that's about the comfort of wearing. Now to answer your point about the styling, I mean, having had the chance to work a little bit in the world of fashion, one of the first things you learn is to make the difference between Italian tailoring and English tailoring. And English tailoring is born from uniform making. So it's quite stiff, it's quite rigid, whereas Italian tailoring is related to the nature of the weather. There is suppleness, there is comfort of wearing, which means basically there is a natural attitude at being elegant, and there is the things you wear have to be very comfortable. And I'm sure that this is really at the very early stage of the design of Octo Finissimo. There was this philosophy. And we still drives us today.
I love that. You know, I think one of my friends, Mariano Rubinacci, who's in Naples, has always said English tailoring is for people who say hello like this, good day. And then Italian tailoring is for people that like to move and hug. And I think similarly, there's watches that are for people who like to go like this when they say hello. But Octo Finissimo is for people who like to hug each other because it's effortless to
love it. I love this idea.
Brother, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.